Thank Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl for giving us an outstanding week, giving us our time to prepare, giving us great facilities, great food, made us feel at home, great hospitality, but they also understood this is a playoff game, and they gave us all the time that we needed to prepare. I'd like to thank our football team for working so hard. Also, Coach Ensminger. There was a tragedy that happened in Coach Ensminger's family today. I was the one that had to tell Coach. And here's what I told him. I told him what happened. And here's what he said. Coach, we're going to get through this. And obviously he was distraught, but he called a great game today. So just goes to show you the integrity and the grit and character of the men on our football team. Really proud of these two young men on the side of me. They're great players, they're great teammates. What a tremendous job. I thought we played, for about 3 quarters, we played a complete game, and give Oklahoma credit. They have some great athletes. Coach Riley's a great coach, and they've had a lot of success.
All right, thank you, Coach. All right, we'll open up to questions. Raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone, please. All right, we'll start right here, second row.
Larry Holder with The Athletic. Joe, describe kind of what you were thinking on when you did the scramble and you kind of made the heave to Terrace Marshall, and it was seemingly really similar to what you did here three weeks ago.
I trust my guys. I trust them enough to throw 50-50 balls up to them, and they're going to go make a play for me. So I got great people around me, and that's why we've been so successful. We have trust in each other.
Okay, right here.
You told me, Michael Cobble, WBRZ TV in Baton Rouge, earlier in the week you said that you're able to identify the defenses very quick. How quickly did you realize that what you guys had prepped for this game was going to be successful?
First series when we scored a touchdown. No, we go into every game thinking nobody can stop us, and that's the way we think. We think we need to score every time we touch the ball, and if we don't, then we're still kind of chasing that perfect game. It's always something to get better at, and today was a lot of fun, but still room to improve.
Okay, right over here.
Guys. Matt Moscona, ESPN Baton Rouge. Joe, you and Justin, you guys both set a lot of records today. Are you aware of them? Do any of them mean any more than others? They handed us a whole sheet of all the records y'all set today.
January 13th is the record we're worried about.
Justin.
Same. That's the goal of the whole season, to win that national championship. So we're not going to stop until we get that.
All right, right here, middle of the second row.
Yeah, hey, Doug Mouton, WWL-TV in New Orleans. Look, Ed, I know it was obviously a rough day for Steve. For you personally, dealing with this, how difficult would you describe it for you? Who knows how to handle something like that?
Being a head coach, stuff's going to happen. You don't know when it's going to happen. You got to be prepared. But you know what? When you have great people around you, it makes it a lot better. It was tough. It was tough. I didn't want the team to know. I didn't want it to affect the team, the mindset of the football team, the energy of the football team. Neither did Steve. We did not try to keep it to them. I think they found out before the game. And, there was a little concern that it might be a little low, but it sure wasn't the way we started. And you got to give the credit to our football player.
All right, right here on the left side, 3/4 of the way back.
Tony Marks, Villepinte Gazette. Full disclosure, earlier on the radio today, I said you would win 28-16, so me a couple for that. But this is for all three of you. Put this game and the season in perspective for you.
Go ahead, Joe.
I think that'll be a question after January 13th. I'm not reflecting on anything right now. We're full steam ahead, getting back to work.
We're not done. We still have we have one more game left. We're going to go in these next 2 weeks focused, ready to go, and, dominate the next matchup that we face.
I'll give them some credit, but I'm going to enjoy the win tonight. Semi-final playoff game against a darn good football team. I don't know how many top 10 wins these guys have had this year. I think it's more than anybody in a long time. So I'm going to enjoy this victory. Oklahoma's a good football team, and then we're going to go through the process. We'll get a couple of days off, and we'll watch the game tonight and see who we're playing, and we'll start preparing.
All right, Steve. Now, behind him.
Kind of a two-part question. Coach, first of all, was it a difficult decision at all for Coach Ensminger to decide to work tonight?
There was no question. He didn't hesitate.
And as far as the players, when did you guys find out about this, and how did it affect you?
I found out about it in the post-game interview. Nobody said anything to me about it till then.
It was same. I found out in the interview, and just the fact that he still stuck with the game and still called a great game. So that just means a lot for the players, and I mean, I feel bad for him. I'm sorry for him for his loss, but I mean, we're all with him.
All right, right here in the front row, right side.
Hey, Joe. Jamar has had a lot of the headlines this year, and deservedly so. He's had a fantastic season, but Justin has been your guy now for 2 years. I mean, can you just talk about this performance for him and what, you think it means for this team?
I think he'll be the first to tell you that he could have had 2 more touchdowns, but I missed him on down the sideline and on the right one. He made sure to let me know that one on the sideline.
All right, next question here, Jacques.
Jacques Doucet, WAP-TV in Baton Rouge. Coach Orgeron, what was it about Chris Curry that enabled him to, play such a big role tonight?
The style of runs that we're running, his practice the last 2 weeks. Coaches came up to me today and said, Coach, we think that Chris Curry ought to be the first back end. Y'all believe in him, put him in, and he played well. So he's proved, Chris has come a long way, and he's proved on a daily basis to his teammates and to his coaches that he's worthy of the game that he played tonight. And I'm excited about him. And I'm excited about the other backs too. And I'm really proud of Clyde. Clyde was hurt, but he wanted to play for his team. He played in some situations and did a good job.
All right, right here, halfway back on the right side.
Ed, can you update Damian Lewis and Terrace Marshall, who left the game?
Yeah, Damon is gonna. Somebody hit his ankle on the side, and he's gonna be out for a little bit. I don't know the severity of it yet. Terrence, I think, is gonna be sore for a little bit. Should be fine. Dito's the one that I don't know if he's gonna be able to practice in a week or so. We'll see.
All right, all right, Barrett.
Ed Barrett, Salee, CBS Sports HQ. You always make a point to say that this is for the state of Louisiana in your post-game press conferences. Now you're going to the national championship game in the state of Louisiana. Just what does that mean to you?
Great story. Obviously it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a purple and gold crowd in that Superdome. The state of Louisiana is going to be on fire. But all those things doesn't win the football game for you. We have to prepare. We have to study. We have to be ready to play our best football game. Obviously, when you're playing a national championship game, you'll be playing a very, very good football team. So all those things on the perimeter are nice. It's just like in a fight when you get hit with the first punch, all that stuff goes out the window, and you got to play football. So we're going to prepare, wherever it may be, and obviously we feel that's going to be an advantage playing at home, and we love that it is at home, but that's not going to win the game for you.
All right, right behind Gary.
Yeah, this is for Joe. Gary McKillop, AP Radio. You had that huge lead going into the second half, and I'm just wondering, what did that do to you? Did you kind of take your foot off the gas or something? I mean, you still did well, but nothing like the first half.
No, we didn't take the foot off the gas. We went into halftime, said it was 0-0, and we came out and scored on the first possession and then missed a field goal the second possession. So we were moving the ball, and I think those are my last 2 series, I believe.
Did LSU adjust?
They were doing exactly what they were doing in the first half. We were still moving the ball, still scoring points.
All right, right here in the front.
Dick Cox with Cox Sports Broadcasting and Lindy Sports. This is for Joe and for Justin. When the game plan is clicking like that, what's going through your mind? Anxious to get back out on the field, or what are you thinking when it seems like everything's working?
Yeah, let's get back out there on the field and keep executing. I'm just thinking about my read keys and what I have to do each individual play. So I'm hoping that obviously I'm hoping the defense gets stops every time, but every game I'm just going through read keys, going through what my coaches want on each particular play call and try to execute the best of my ability.
Marty Smith, ESPN. Congratulations, gentlemen. Coach,
when and how did you learn about the plane accident, and how do you process that information to be able to disseminate that to Coach Ensminger?
You know, it's funny, Derek Panamsky and I was writing, we have a coaches meeting at 12:30, and we had finished walkthrough at 11:30, so I was kind of writing down the things and the game plan stuff that we're going to discuss. And I looked at Derek, and I said, Derek, you know what? Thank God we've gone through the whole week without any incidents. Usually you go to a bowl, something happens. None of our guys were tested or suspended for anything. Nobody missed curfew. It was almost a perfect week. Then he got the text, and I had to go find Steve, and then I told him. It was about 12:30.
Yeah, Steve Hummer with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and it's another Joe question. You've seen an awful lot from him this year. I don't know where you put 7 touchdowns and a half. How do you process something like that?
Me? I felt that we were going to do very, very well. And I felt against Oklahoma, in order for us to get ahead, we had to score every possession. I had the utmost respect for Jalen Hurts and CD Lamb, not to think that we wasn't going to stop them, but I felt that we had to put the pedal to the metal and get a big lead, in which we did. So it doesn't surprise me that they did the things that they did, but it does surprise me they did it with the ease that they did.
All right, right here on the aisle on the right side.
It's for Justin and Joe. Justin, what is it like to be a part of this receiving corps and have the success and have a guy that can get you the ball the way Joe does? And then, Joe, we talked about it a lot. You have options. You're able to go to plans, down the line. But to get everyone involved, to keep them, and to have the level of success that you guys have executing, do you ever think it's unusual?
All right, Justin, start with you.
To have this receiver core and have Joe throwing it to us, kind of makes our job easier. All we have to do is just catch the ball. So just going to practice every day, just working with each other, just being competitive, just being our normal self, just being goofy, just laughing at all practice. That's what we do. So just not being really, so serious all the time, just being ourselves, and Joe just make our job easier.
Yeah, I think it's nice to have a couple goofy guys when I'm so serious all the time. So they keep me, having fun on the football field. But I wouldn't say it's unusual. I would say it's special. We've worked for this. We know the kind of team we have. We know the kind of guys we have, and I think it starts with the relationships that we've built and between us and the coaching staff. We're such a close team. I think that's why we've had so much success.
All right, we've got time for a few more. We'll go right over here on the right.
Amos Morale, WWL Radio. Justin, Thad told us that he came up to you after your 4th touchdown and said, hey, share the wealth. Just what's it like playing in a game where, you guys are having that much fun on the sideline?
Once someone's hot, why not keep going to them? So Joe just keep finding me on the field, just making those big plays. Just like Coach said, big plays filled emotion. So just going out there, just doing what I got to do.
All right, let's go right here in the middle of the third row.
Brooks Cabina from The Advocate. Ed, you've been a part of national championship teams. This is the first for you as a head coach. Has that fact sunk in yet for you, and how do you approach these next weeks, with now that the moment is finally here?
It won't be any different. It will not be any different. We won't make it bigger than life. Obviously, we understand the magnitude of the football game, but we're going to focus on the task at hand, the fundamentals, getting better. We're an ascending football team. We're going to study on our game plan, and we're going to work just like we've been. We'll go through the process with confidence.
Yeah, right here. Back to Jacques.
Coach Orgeron, did you know Carly at all? Did you ever interact with her?
Sure.
Did she? What are your memories
All
of?
the time.
Yeah.
Knew her. We go to McNeese games. She interviewed me and Kelly. Saw her all the time. Saw the state championship game. In fact, I can't go to state championship game. We watched it, and we watched her work from early morning to late at night. Me and my wife complimented her, and obviously we're friends with the Ensmingers, and So we've seen her around all the time. What an outstanding young lady with a bright future. It's just a shame it happened.
Let's go right here. Yep.
Yeah, when there's an offensive day like that, it's obviously going to get a lot of the attention, but you mentioned the defense getting stops to build a lead. 3 of the first 4 possessions were 3 and out. What worked so well, and maybe a thought also on Caleb Vaughn, who was the MVP?
Yeah, we had pressure on the quarterback. We felt that we could win our one-on-ones against them. But really, I thought we stopped their run game. I thought Coach Aranda had a tremendous plan. That counter read, I ain't seen nobody stop it. The key was Jalen Hurst not beating us with his feet, and we did a great job of that. We thought the CD line would be something hard to cover, but we didn't think they would drop back and throw the football on us to beat us. So Coach made them one-dimensional. We had a great pass rush. Very proud of Coach Aranda and the whole defensive staff. They worked very hard this week. Yes. No, I think Kellerman had one of his best games. Kellerman had his best week of practice. We named him team captain. I told him that last night, and he is coming on to his own.
Okay, right here in the front, right?
Chris Stevens, Gwinnett Daily Post. Talking about the defense, I mean, first play of the game, y'all go get a sack on Jalen. How much did that set the tone for LSU?
When you have an offense like we have, and you win the toss, human nature wants you to take the ball. But I want to show our defense I had confidence in them, and we deferred, and man, it worked out perfect. And they came out on fire. They wanted to go out on defense first and stop them. Went 3 and out. They had a short punt and we scored. So, but I think it set the tone for the football game.
All right, we got time for 2 more. We're going to go all the way back on the left.
Jay Black, WSB Radio. Joe, you had a performance tonight that very few have. What is it like to be in that kind of a rhythm?
To be honest, it wasn't my sharpest game. And this guy was bailing me out on a couple of throws that I had missed. And guys like Terrace and Jamar were bailing me out on some misreads and being late with the football. So, I think I'm excited to get back to practice and kind of tune those things up. But that's kind of team we have. If someone doesn't have their best game, the other guys step up.
All right, over here, far right side, halfway.
Jim Trusby, Wall Street Journal. Joe, you were saying that you were still in search of the perfect game. In the late game right now, Ohio State has an early lead. Are you looking, would that be a perfect ending for your college career?
I'm excited to play in the national title game.
All right, I think that's a good spot to end it. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Coach O, we've got a special presentation for you real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Our team this year was making memories. You guys made a lot of memories this year in our game and with your season.
Yes, sir.
So we want you to take this back home.
All right.
Hang it up there in the LSU. It's got the
Yes, sir.
playoff, the logo on it. And,
Wow.
our artist is here.
Big time. Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. God bless y'all. Thank you.